Have you ever felt like you were doing the right thing, but somehow your body didn't agree? You decided to go for a walk, because that's what everyone says, right? Walking is good for your heart. Just keep walking. So you get your shoes on, you step outside, you try to get your body moving, hoping it'll make you feel better. But by the time you get home, your knees hurt, your back aches, and instead of feeling energized, you're completely drained. Sound familiar? Maybe you've been pushing through that kind of pain for weeks, maybe even years. Maybe walking once helped you feel strong, but now it just leaves you sore, stiff, and discouraged. And deep down you wonder, is this still helping me, or could it be making things worse? You're not imagining it, and you're not alone. See, walking used to be the go-to advice for heart health, but for many adults over 65, it's no longer safe. Not because you're weak, but because your body has changed, and no one told you how to change with it. When your joints start complaining, when your balance becomes shaky, when even just a short stroll leaves you feeling wiped out, it's not laziness, it's not aging badly. It's your body saying, hey, I need a new kind of care. And if you ignore that voice, your circulation slows down, your energy drops, your heart quietly suffers, while you're doing the very thing they said would help. That's why this video matters. Today I want to show you something better. 6 powerful, doctor-approved alternatives to walking, movements you can do right from home, without hurting your knees, without needing fancy equipment, and without draining your energy. These are exercises that gently support your heart, boost your circulation, and make you feel alive again, not exhausted. And yes, they really work. Even if you haven't exercised in years, even if you've lost some mobility, even if you thought walking was all you had left. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do instead of walking, to feel stronger, more energized, and more in control of your health. If you've ever felt confused about what movements are actually safe for your age, go ahead and comment, "I'm here" below. It lets me know you're listening, and it helps us reach more people like you. And if this kind of guidance speaks to you, if you're ready to take care of yourself with more confidence and less confusion, then please subscribe to Next Chapter Wisdom. Because aging isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a wiser, stronger chapter. And I'd love to walk through it with you. Let's start with something that seems almost too simple to matter. But don't let its simplicity fool you. This small movement could change the way your legs and your heart feel every day. I want you to imagine this for a second. You're sitting in your favorite chair. Maybe you've been there for an hour, maybe longer. Your feet feel a little heavy. There's a dull pressure in your calves. And when you try to stand, your ankles feel stiff, maybe even swollen. That feeling, that quiet discomfort in your lower legs, it's not just age, it's your circulation slowing down. See, when we sit too long, especially as we get older, blood begins to pool in the lower parts of the body. And the heart has to work much harder to push that blood back up. And the truth is, it often can't keep up. But your body gave you a tool to help it out. Your calf muscles. Those muscles right below your knees are often called your second heart. Because every time they contract, they squeeze your veins and help push blood upward, back toward your chest and your brain, where it belongs. But when they stay still, that flow slows, and your legs begin to swell, your feet go cold, and your heart starts doing double the work just to keep you going. So here's what I want you to try. Right now, if you can, sit upright, feet flat on the ground. Now gently lift your heels, keeping your toes on the floor. Hold for a second. Feel that stretch in your calves. Now lower your heels and lift your toes, heels still touching the ground. Back and forth. That's it. That little rocking motion, that's circulation in action. It's gentle, quiet, but powerful. Try doing this 10 to 15 times and do it several times a day, especially if you're sitting for long periods. You can do it while watching TV, while talking on the phone, even while waiting for your tea to steep. I once knew a man in his early 70s. He lived alone and spent most of his day sitting by the window. His ankles had begun to swell. Walking was uncomfortable. His doctor told him to try this exact movement, just leg pumps a few times every hour. And within days, the swelling eased. The tightness disappeared. He told me, I finally feel like my legs are mine again. So no, sitting still isn't harmless. It's quiet, but dangerous, especially for the heart. But this one motion, this seated pump, reawakens your lower body. It gives your heart a teammate. And when your legs start helping again, your whole body feels lighter. Now that your lower legs are doing their part, let's bring some gentle focus to the upper body. Because your heart doesn't just rely on your legs to keep blood moving. Your chest, your shoulders, and even your upper back play a much bigger role in circulation than most people realize. When you strengthen these areas, you don't just support your muscles. You actually help your heart pump more efficiently. You improve your posture, and you give your lungs more space to breathe, expand, and feed oxygen to your blood. And the best part? You don't need to hit the floor. You don't need to lift weights. You don't even need to break a sweat. All you need is a wall. Now I know what you might be thinking. Push-ups at my age? But this is different. This is gentle, controlled, and completely joint-friendly. Here's exactly how to do it. Stand facing a sturdy wall, something solid, like your living room or hallway wall. Take 1 or 2 small steps back, just enough so your body leans slightly forward. Place your hands flat against the wall, right at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Now slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall. No rushing, no forcing, just a smooth, steady movement. When your nose is about 6 inches from the wall, pause. Then gently push yourself back to your starting position. That's 1. If you can do 5 of those comfortably, stop there. That's enough for today. Next week, try 6, then maybe 8. Eventually, you may work up to 15. The goal isn't speed, it's consistency. It's that steady, supported movement that wakes up the muscles around your heart and sends a message to your nervous system that says, I'm strong, I'm safe, I can move. Now here's what I want you to remember. Upper body strength matters, even if you're not lifting things or climbing stairs, because every time you breathe, every time your heart beats, it relies on the space around it to stay strong and steady. Wall push-ups open up that space. They release tightness, they support balance, and they quietly rebuild your endurance, one smooth push at a time. If you've been avoiding upper body movements out of fear of injury, fear of falling, fear of looking silly, let this be your permission to try anyway. You're not training to impress anyone, you're training to stay independent. You're moving to protect what matters most, your heart, your breath, and your strength. Now let's bring the focus back to your legs, because they do far more for your heart than most people ever realize. See, your legs don't just move you from place to place. They house some of the largest muscles in your entire body, especially your thighs. And those big muscles? They're like built-in engines, designed to keep your blood flowing and your energy strong. But here's the thing. When you sit for hours at a time, especially as you age, those engines shut down. And that silence, it doesn't rest your heart. It actually makes it work harder. That's right, stillness is not rest. Not for your heart, not for your circulation, not for your energy. But there's a simple movement that can quietly turn those engines back on. Seated leg lifts. Let me walk you through it, step by step. Sit tall in your chair. Make sure both feet are flat on the ground. Now slowly lift one leg just a few inches off the floor, keeping it as straight as is comfortable. You don't need to lock your knee. You just need to feel your thigh muscles begin to engage. Hold that leg up for 3 to 5 seconds, then lower it back down, gently with control. Now switch to the other leg. Same motion, same pause, same gentle return. That's 1 rep each side. Start with 5 repetitions per leg. If it feels easy, that's okay. Don't rush it. You're not just moving your legs, you're activating your circulation. You're building strength without standing up. And you're telling your body, I'm not done yet. There was a woman I once spoke to. She was in her late 70s. She didn't exercise, didn't go on walks. But during her favorite evening show, she started doing seated leg lifts during every commercial break. No fancy equipment, no schedule, just those small, quiet lifts. A few weeks later, she told me, I didn't feel as heavy anymore. I got up with more ease. My knees didn't ache like before. I felt lighter and stronger. And that's the point. You don't need pain to make progress. You don't need a gym. You don't even need to leave your chair. You just need to move the muscles that matter. Because when you activate those thigh muscles, you improve how blood travels back to your heart, you increase your stamina, and over time you may notice you can stand up from the couch more easily. Take a few extra steps without needing to catch your breath. Feel more present in your body, not trapped in it. And let's not forget, this small act also supports your confidence, because there's something incredibly empowering about knowing that even while seated, even in silence, you're still doing something good for your heart. Now, we've talked about your legs, we've worked your chest and your core, but there's one part of your body that most people forget about when they think of heart health. Your hands. Yes, your hands. You might be surprised by this, but something as small and quiet as a hand squeeze can have a powerful effect on your heart function, your blood pressure, and your overall circulation. Here's why. When you grip and release, slowly and with intention, you're activating the tiny blood vessels and nerves in your fingers, your palms, your forearms. And that activation, it sends a message to your cardiovascular system to adjust, to soften the tension, to allow better flow. It actually helps improve vascular flexibility, the ability of your arteries to expand and relax. And over time, regular hand grip exercises have been shown to help reduce systolic blood pressure. That's the top number on your reading, the one most linked to stress on the heart. And the best part is, this takes almost no effort at all. Here's exactly what you do. Find a softball, a stress ball, a foam therapy ball, or even a small rolled towel will work. Hold it gently in your right hand. Now, squeeze, not with force, just enough to feel the muscles in your palm engage. Hold that squeeze for 5 seconds, then release. Slowly, let the tension melt away. Do it again and again, 10 times, then switch to your other hand. That's it. And if you do this 2 to 3 times a day, while watching TV, reading, or simply resting, you'll be giving your heart a moment to recalibrate. A break from the pressure, a little more flexibility, a little more ease. There was a gentleman I once met, late 70s, retired, soft-spoken. He told me he kept a tennis ball beside his chair. Every hour, he'd give it a few slow squeezes. He wasn't trying to build muscle. He just wanted to stay in control of his body. After a few weeks, his doctor noticed something. His blood pressure had come down. Not dramatically, but gently, safely, naturally. He smiled when he told me, said it felt good to do something small that actually worked. And I want you to have that same feeling. Because we often think that only big exercises count, that only sweating or running or walking for miles makes a difference. But in truth, your heart responds to all kinds of movement, even the quiet ones, even the ones done from a chair, with nothing more than the strength of your grip. So don't underestimate this. It's not just a hand squeeze. It's a signal to your body, to your heart, and to your nervous system that you're paying attention, that you're still in control, and that you're giving your heart the care it deserves. Now, let's bring the focus back to your legs. This time we're going to build a little more balance, a little more coordination, and a lot more lower body strength. All from your chair. Let's keep going. Let's stay seated for this. But don't be fooled by how still it looks, because this movement, though it might seem small, does something very big for your heart, for your legs, and for your confidence. I'm talking about seated leg raises. Now here's the truth most people miss. You don't need a treadmill to build strength. You don't need resistance bands or weights to improve circulation. What you do need is muscle engagement, especially in your thighs where your quadriceps live. These are the muscles that lift you from a chair, that support you as you take a step, that help you keep your balance when the ground feels just a little too far away. And when these muscles stay active, your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Your blood moves more easily, and your stability improves, even if you never leave the chair. So let me show you exactly how to do this. Sit up tall in a firm, supportive chair. Place both feet flat on the ground. Now choose one leg, let's say the right. Keeping your knee bent, slowly raise your leg so that your foot lifts just a few inches off the floor. It doesn't need to go high, just enough to feel those thigh muscles tighten. Hold it right there. 3 seconds, steady and controlled. Now gently lower that leg back down. Switch to the other side. Same movement, same pause, same slow return. That's 1 round. You can do this alternating legs. Start with 5 rounds if you're just getting started. In time, move to 6, then 8, then 10. And here's something I want you to keep in mind. A lot of people skip this movement. They think it's too easy, too basic, not worth the effort. But what they don't realize is this exact motion builds the muscle memory you rely on every single day. Getting up from bed, standing from the toilet, lifting your legs to put on socks, taking that first step without wobbling. All of that starts right here, in this simple lift, in this quiet conversation between your brain, your muscles, and your blood flows. So no, this isn't just a leg raise. It's practice for independence. It's prevention against falls. It's confidence in motion. And the more you do it, the more your legs remember that they're capable. Not because they're perfect, but because you're choosing to keep them alive, active, and responsive. If you're looking for a place to start rebuilding your strength, this is it. A few inches off the ground, 3 seconds of effort, and a lifetime of benefit. Now we come to something different, something quieter, something that might seem too simple to matter. But I promise you, this one practice can change how your entire body feels and how your heart responds to the day. I'm talking about deep breathing with gentle arm movement. Now, I know what some people might be thinking. Breathing? That's not exercise. But here's what most don't realize. The way you breathe affects everything. Your energy, your blood flow, your blood pressure, even the rhythm of your heartbeat. Because when you breathe deeply and slowly, especially from the belly, not the chest, you send a powerful signal to your body, a message that says, you're safe, you're supported. You can let go now. And when you combine that breath with gentle arm movement, something remarkable happens. You open up your lungs, you expand your chest cavity, and you help your blood carry oxygen more efficiently. Not just to your heart, but to your brain, your muscles, your entire system. It's like giving your body a quiet tune-up. No strain, no struggle, just awareness and flow. Let me guide you through it. Find a comfortable seat. Let your back rest gently against the chair. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes if that helps you focus. Now slowly inhale through your nose. And as you do, gently raise both arms overhead as far as they comfortably go. Don't force it. Just float them up with your breath. Then slowly exhale through your mouth and lower your arms back down softly as if you're releasing tension with each inch. That's 1. Try to do this 6 to 8 times. Move with your breath. Let it be smooth, calm, no rush. You'll notice maybe by the 3rd or 4th repetition, your body starts to soften, your mind quiets, your chest feels more open. I once met a woman in her 80s. She had trouble sleeping. Her body felt heavy when she woke up, like she hadn't truly rested. One day, she started doing this exact breathing exercise every morning, right after waking. No coffee, no talking, just her breath and her arms. Within a week, her energy shifted. She said she felt more alive, more present, more at ease. And her sleep, it deepened because her nervous system was finally being heard. That's what this practice does. It speaks to the parts of you that walking can't reach. So if movement feels intimidating, if the idea of a workout feels like too much, start here, with breath, with arms, with intention. Because your heart doesn't just need pumping. It needs peace. It needs rhythm. It needs stillness too. And in these quiet moments, as your arms rise and fall, you may find something even deeper than exercise. You may find a sense of reconnection to your body, to your breath, to yourself. You've just completed 6 gentle, powerful exercises, all designed to support your heart, your circulation, and your confidence. Right from where you are. And now, let's bring it all together, because what you do next matters. It's not easy, is it? To feel your body changing, to wake up and realize that something you used to do without even thinking, like walking to the mailbox, climbing a few stairs, or just standing for 5 minutes, now takes more effort, more thought, more courage. When walking becomes hard, it can feel like you're losing something. Not just strength, but freedom, independence, even a little piece of yourself. And I want to acknowledge that because it's real and you're not imagining it. But I also want you to hear this. You are not stuck. This isn't the end of your movement. It's simply a new direction, a wiser direction, one that doesn't push or punish, but supports, protects, preserves what still matters most, your strength, your dignity, your life. These 6 movements we've practiced today, they're not just physical therapy, they're a form of self-respect, a way to say to your body, I still believe in you. So here's what I invite you to do. Not all 6, not a full routine, just pick one. Maybe it's the leg pump. Maybe it's a single breath with raised arms. Maybe it's squeezing a soft ball while you rest. Whatever feels right to you, start there. That's how real progress begins. Not with pressure, but with presence. Not with pain, but with purpose. Because your body still listens. Even now, it hears you. It responds to care, to patience, to effort. You are not past your prime. You are entering a new chapter of wisdom and care. And I want you to walk into it, feeling supported, and never, ever alone. So just to recap, today we covered 6 doctor-recommended alternatives to walking. All simple, all safe, all powerful. We began with seated leg pumps, then moved into wall push-ups, followed by seated leg lifts, hand grip squeezes, seated leg raises, and finally deep breathing with arm raises. Each one supports your heart. Each one respects your body. And all of them are right at your fingertips. Now I want to hear from you. Which one are you going to try today? Or maybe you've already been doing one of these without even knowing its true benefit? Tell me in the comments that I read every single one because this community is built on connection and your story might be the one that encourages someone else to begin. And if you found value here today, if this felt gentle, clear, and helpful, please consider subscribing to Next Chapter Wisdom. This is a space where aging is honored, where movement is safe, and where your health doesn't get more complicated. It gets simplified. We're in this together. One breath, one squeeze, one gentle lift at a time. Thank you for joining me today. Be kind to your body. Stay active in your own way. And I'll see you in the next chapter.